And a very happy Mother's Day to all of you out there. We're getting ready for the men's competition. Earlier, Michelle Tafoya spoke to the men's leader.
Well, Blaine Wilson scored the only 10 of the competition yesterday. It was the first 10 ever in your career, and it came on still rings. And as we take a look at the routine, talk about your performance and what stands out to you.
Well, I was just thinking I needed a solid performance, and Pete told me that it was pretty close. So I just kind of jumped up, relaxed, you know, because this is my best event. This is what I like to do. And, you know, I just tried to hold all my strength, you know, my strength parts, you know, for the full 2 seconds that, you know, is allotted, that you're supposed to hold it. And the whole thing that I needed to do was stick a dismount. And that's what it came down to. When I got off the rings, Pete said that's a 10. I said, I don't think so.
And it was.
Yeah.
Today it is vault, parallel bars, and high bar. At the American Cup recently, you won vault and high bar. How much confidence does that give you heading into those events today?
A lot of confidence. You know, I just have to go out there and be relaxed and do what I enjoy. You know, I enjoy performing and going out there and doing well.
Enjoy it.
Thank you.
And as Michelle mentioned, here's the rotation order: vault, parallel bars, and the horizontal bar. And the vault competition happened a little earlier, Peter.
And John Roethlisberger did a nice full twisting Kazamatsu, scored a 9.6, not a super high score, because that opened the door for Blaine Wilson to widen his lead with a 9.8 on this laid out Barani. And Roethlisberger's lower score allowed Dimitri Trush to move into second with this very high and far Kazamatsu. Great landing.
Here's how things stand now for the men after the vault. Wilson still in the lead. Trush has moved up a spot. John Roethlisberger has dropped to third. This is how the men will line up on parallel bars. Chainey Umphrey will start things off. On the first day of competition, Chainey did well on the floor and the rings, but he fell off pommel horse, and that's the reason why he's currently in 7th place.
And he had an okay score of a 9.55 on vault, so he's going to have to really move up here on parallel bars, but he's got some very explosive skills. Gets a good grip on the bars to begin his mount. It's called a peach basket, right to a handstand, to a front uprise, back toss. Very, very nice sequence. Very difficult to hold back in between the bars. Needs to hit his angles a little bit better on the handstands. Oh, little split of the legs there on the giant half turn. Straddle cut to an L. Here's a press to a handstand. He's going to catch his breath a little bit. Get ready to finish the performance. There's a stutz. Right to a double pike. Little hop in the landing. Nice set. That'll score very, very well.
26 years old, and in 1993 was the national champion on this event on parallel bars.
And here's this front uprise back toss. See his legs come apart just a bit. Lose about a 1/10 of a point there. In a parallel bar routine, the gymnast is required to press to a handstand. There it is. His dismount was a double pike. Double back flip, legs straight, pike position, little hop on the landing. Nice high dismount, though.
And the judges give Chainey Umphrey a 9.65. Up next, Kip Simons, silver medalist in this event at last year's national championship.
Gymnasts have the option of either using a vaulting board to mount the parallel bars or just to start right from the ground. And that's what Kip's doing here. Peach basket to handstand, little step. Back toss. Front uprise. This is called a Healy twirl. Twirling on one arm. Nice hop throw it to the side. Oh, just got off there. Now it was a smart move to not get a full 5/10 of a point deduction by staying on the bars. Had he gotten off there, would have been a bigger deduction. So, nonetheless, it's still going to cost him a bit. Double back dismount, kind of just to get off the bars there. Okay. A little tired at the end. spent a little bit too much energy trying to get back on track after the slip.
Retired elite gymnastics competition.
Here's his Healy twirl, twirling on one arm, does a hop over the side. That threw him off right there as his hand slips off the bar, and he just holds on, trying to stay on. This time was a double tuck, stumbles forward, loses about 2 or 3 tenths right there.
And the score for Kip Simons.
And the score for Kip Simons, a 9.10. Kind of kicking himself for that one. Here's Blaine Wilson, still our leader after 4 rotations. The 1997 NCAA all-around champion, in great shape, just coming off his collegiate season.
And a big victory at the American Cup, the most prestigious event in the United States. He won by the largest margin ever. Really is coming into his own right now. And parallel bars, he's improved tremendously. He's got a great routine on this event. What's most impressive about Blaine is his explosive, quick power. Giant full pirouette right over the top on the end of the bars. Giant front uprise straddle. Just a great routine. Very well composed as a giant back toss. Stutz to 1 bar. Another Stutz. High double tuck dismount. He's going to hold on to that lead quite easily.
And next up,
very, very powerful performer. Nice giant swing, back toss, right to a Stutz to 1 bar. Packed full of difficulty. Now this dismount, he really booms it. Does the whole double back above the bars. 1, 2, finishes it at the level of the bars. Leaves him lots of room to zero in on that landing.
Well, his fellow gymnasts are chanting for a 10, but the judges give him a 9.85.
That rings routine is for you, bud.
And we'll be back with more from the World Professional Gymnastics Championship in a moment. Peter Blas-Puljic had some trouble on the parallel bars.
On his Stutz to 1 bar, he had to cover up a little bit to do a glide kip. Just couldn't get back up there and had to jump off the bars. That's at least a 5/10 of a point deduction. Only gave him a 9.25.
Up next, John Macready.
First up in the men's competition on
He's a full-time student at the University of Colorado. Still training on an Olympic level. Says a day doesn't go by when he doesn't think about the Olympics. Either Atlanta or the one to come, Sydney in the year 2000.
And he's certainly one of the country's top hopes for men's gymnastics right now. He's got nice clean lines in everything that he does. Good straight body. There's a Stutz to 1 bar, there's a front uprise. Full turn over on 1 bar, kip, back up to handstand. Another Stutz. 1 more Stutz. Setting up for a double pike dismount. Ooh, couple steps back, then it cost him a bit. A double pike dismount's very difficult to land on parallel bars because they're rotating so fast. As you watch John come down, very fast rotation. Got to keep those hips up so he doesn't stumble backwards. That's exactly what happened with John.
And the judges award John Macready a 9.60.
9.6.